So I brought with me today a rucksack full of gear that for one reason or another I've just stopped using it. So over the years I've built up quite a collection of stuff, and in reality you can probably just get away with one set of camping gear. To be honest with you, I've been caught in that trap of trying to find that perfect tent or sleeping bag, you know, that's going to replace everything. And in that process you can waste quite a lot of money. I do try and justify it by giving you some variety in the video content by showing you different bits of gear. So this is by no means all of the gear that I don't use anymore, but we'll take a look in the pack now and I'll go through my reasoning for why I've stopped using the stuff I brought with me today. You're not going to believe this one. So this is the Hilleberg Solo one-person tent, and although this is the one tent that I would trust in all conditions in the UK, it's actually a year this month since I last used it. And the reason that I've just stopped taking it with me is it's big and bulky, weighs a lot more than my other tents, and it's just pure overkill for most conditions that I go camping in. So if I knew that the weather was going to be horrendous with super strong winds or heavy snow load, then this is the tent that I would take. However, over the last year or so I've been choosing tents like the Scarp One or the Terra Nova just because they're lighter weight and they're much more compact, and they do the job perfectly well, especially in this sort of weather. Now it doesn't mean I'm getting rid of this one and that I won't be using it again, because I will, but you know, most people, you just don't need something like this. So the next thing that I've just stopped using is the Therm-A-Rest Z-Seat. So this used to go with me everywhere, and it is a decent bit of kit. It's getting a bit battered now, but I've replaced it with something a little bit more versatile. So on the last few trips I've been taking a bit of thin closed cell foam matting. So this takes up about the same amount of space as the Z-Seat, but when you open it up, you know, you can use it as something to lie on. You can stick it under your sleeping pad to give it a little bit more insulation. Say fold it up for a seat pad, just if you want something to lay down while you're having a bit of a break. You know, it's a really versatile bit of kit, and again, it's tough as old boots, this stuff. It weighs next to nothing, so this has made the Z-Seat a bit redundant. Hey, this next bit of kit is arguably my worst ever camping gear purchase. What I paid for this, it truly isn't worth the money in my opinion. So this is the ever new Appalachian multi-fuel stove kit. So when I bought this, you know, I was after the holy grail of ultralight stoves, something that was multifunctional. So you've got the alcohol burner, which comes with the stand, but you can also use this as a small wood stove. If I can remember how you put it together. There should be a little plate that goes in there as well, but that must be in my gearbox at home. So when you're using it as an alcohol burner, somehow fits in there, and the pot goes on top, and then the wood burner, I can't remember how you do it, to be honest, and then you feed the fuel in, and there should be a little plate that goes on top of there. I know a few people that swear by these and they really like them, and it works and it does the job, but it's over 100 quid this, and it's just not worth the money. You can get something a lot better, a Trangia, for a fraction of the price. So that's why I stopped using this. Hey, what else we got in here? Ooh, a water filter. So this is the MSR Trail Shot. So the filter part inside is very similar to that as the Sawyer Mini or the B3 from Katadyn. And this is really handy if you need to, you know, get water from like inside a hole or maybe even a puddle, and then you can just squirt like this. So you just pump it, and that makes the water come through the filter. However, it's a really slow process. Your muscles start to ache a little bit after a while, and it's just much less efficient than either the Sawyer Mini or the Bee-Free, which is what I'm currently using. If you're a trail runner and you just want to drink out of a little rock pool, then this is ideal, but I'm going to be sticking with the Bee-Free. Save that one a minute. Right, so next we've got sleeping bags. Specifically this one is the Rab Mythic Ultra, but sleeping bags in general, I've just stopped using them. I much prefer a quilt. I do like the freedom of movement that a quilt gives me. So this is really lightweight and incredibly compact. You can squash it down to nothing. And the warmth that it gives for its small size is superb. However, if you look here, this is the zip component. So the zip, top to bottom, is about 8 inches. So you've got to crawl into this sleeping bag, and then you're really constricted. And I find it far too claustrophobic for me, this bag. Woke up in the middle of the night a few times and felt like I couldn't breathe. It's getting like that with all sleeping bags, to be honest. So I'm not saying I'll never use sleeping bags again, because I will, but I do want something that has got much easier access to get in and out, and I tend to leave the zip open most of the night and just pull it over me like a quilt anyway. But for now, that's why I've stopped using sleeping bags. As you can see, I've not stopped using Ziploc bags. Very useful. So this is a solar panel charger that I used to always have in my backpack. So this particular one is from Anchor. Can't remember what the wattage is, but in the UK, pretty useless, I think. The amount of charge or power that it gave me electrical devices was virtually nothing. So this is a few years old, this though, so I don't know what the technology is like now with these little solar cells, but I find using a decent quality battery pack trumps one of these. And if I'm away for more than one day, there's always somewhere you can just stick a USB charger in and give it a bit of a boost. Yeah, let me know if you've had any success with any kind of portable solar panel. So that's 5 bits of gear that I've stopped using for one reason or another. I've got a lot more of it though, so let me know in the comments if you want to see some more redundant gear. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.